This is Made for More Living with Johnny Jennings. Online at madeformorerealty.com.
So we're back with Jim Adams from Equity Protect. And Jim, I didn't realize this, but your stepdaughter, like we work with her on a regular basis, Cassidy. Yeah, I had no idea. Small world. I think you were presenting at the team office, and then Cassidy was there, and then you guys were talking. And I'm like, you guys know each other? I'm like, yeah, we do.
Yeah, had no idea she was coming. She had no idea I was going to be there.
Exactly, yeah. But your family's been involved in title for a long time.
A lot of years, yep. I have a brother-in-law that's a title officer. My wife, I met her as an escrow officer. I was a sales rep. And
match made in heaven right there.
20 years, yeah.
That's awesome.
Still working. Still escrow officer for us in Nevada.
And then Cassidy.
Cassidy, yeah.
So as far as Equity Protect, do you have any? I think it'll help convey the value of Equity Protect if we hear some stories, some real life examples. So do you have any that you can share?
Yeah, I'll give one that's close to our neighborhood. Happened in Incline Village. A gentleman calls real estate agent and said, "Hey, I own this vacant lot in Incline Village, and I live in Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm just not going to, build on the lot, so I'd like to sell it." The agent did their due diligence. They looked up the property, saw that a gentleman owned it out of Atlanta, Georgia. So it went listed, found a buyer, got into escrow, and the gentleman that was representing himself as the seller said, "Oh, I'm in the military. I'm not in Atlanta right now. I'm traveling overseas for the military. I'll need to sign at an American consulate overseas." This happens every day in title. It's a common occurrence for us, so it's not something that's a red flag that we see. So the transaction progressed, got down to signing. Gentleman signed with the American consulate. Documents were notarized, sent back. Transaction closed. The documents were sent. The closing documents were sent from the sale to the Atlanta, Georgia address, because that was the mailing address on file. Mm-hmm. The true owner got the documents and called the title company and said, "Hey, you sold my property?" And they're like,
my gosh.
Yeah. So
you asked us to.
Exactly. And he's like, I didn't sell my property. That wasn't me. So now, in that case, it does turn into a title claim, and unfortunately, the title company had to pay out on that claim. But with Equity Protect, that would have been stopped because they would have contacted us saying, "Hey, we need you to remove your lock." We would have notified the real property owner, asked him, was he selling his property? We said no. We could have notified title at that point. But imagine had that not occurred in the steps it did. Maybe the title company sent the documents overseas. Maybe they didn't send the documents at all. That original property owner would not have known his property sold. Could have been for years. Now the buyer comes and builds a house on there. Now what do you do?
Oh my gosh! Now you got a real mess.
And I have a story like that.
You got another story. So real quick though, I want to clarify what's the difference between the free Equity Protect and the $99 a year. So rather than just monitoring.
Correct.
Yeah.
The free one is monitoring. So we're going to notify you that, hey, something has occurred on your property. There's a new loan on your property. We'll notify as well of involuntary liens. Hey, you got a child support lien that showed up on your property. It may not be you, and it's a good time to clear it before you get into escrow when you go to sell your house. Because we've seen times where child support liens or IRS liens will slow up the transaction. You lose your buyer because of it.
Yep.
So it's good to know up front that this has occurred. And, they make mistakes. A lot of times names are the same. If you have a common name like James Adams, you see those things. So it'll notify you of involuntary liens. It'll notify you of anything that's recorded on the property so you can be, ahead of the game, but it's still going to be after something has occurred.
Got it.
Equity Protect, the paid version, will notify you before it occurs. We're also going to notify you of things that we see. So if somebody were to go to the county and record a document, we're going to notify you, hey, a document's been recorded, and we'll help you clean that up. But you won't see the financial crime occurring of the property actually selling or a loan being taken out because of the lien.
So Equity Protect just secures that property. Nobody can do anything without you lifting that protection.
Correct. Just like credit lock does.
Yeah.
You can't apply for a credit card, and they say, are you truly trying to apply for a credit card? Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And so if they want to sign up for that, that's just equityprotect.com?
Yeah, go to equityprotect.com. We always recommend do the risk analysis first. Find out where you are, because if you're at low risk, there's no need to pay us any money. Just get our free monitoring.
Mm-hmm.
If you're at medium risk and you're unsure about getting the protection, try the monitoring for a while. Again, it's free. Put it on your parents' home. Put it on friends and family that want it. It's free of charge. But then if you're at high risk or medium high risk, I would recommend the protection. Again,
Okay.
$8 a month?
Yeah.
That's
less than basically a cup of coffee these days
exactly.
at Starbucks.
Yeah.
My gosh. Okay. And so then you said you have another story though.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Funny in the terms of it's scary funny.
Okay.
So a gentleman inherits a home, and next to it was a vacant lot that his parents had bought years ago when they bought the house. And it was kind of like the Sandlot story. The kids would play baseball there. They'd build jumps. They had a great time. Parents pass away. The guy inherits the property, both the property and the home, but didn't live in state, used it as a rental. Goes back to his high school reunion, and one of his buddies come up and say, I can't believe you sold the lot, where we grew up playing baseball and riding bikes and all that. He's like, what are you talking about? He goes, the lot next door to your parents' house. I can't believe you sold it. He goes, I didn't sell it. He goes,
No.
There's a house on it. It's like, no, there's not. Yes, there is. He drives by. Sure enough, there's a house built on the lot. And so come to find out what had happened is the builder had bought the lot from a fraudulent seller and built a house, and now the guy wants the home torn down and the lot returned to normal. So they're in a quite heated legal battle.
Oh my gosh. So that builder was probably excited. He's like, oh, I'm getting a steal. This
Exactly.
lot is cheap.
Yep.
And that fraudulent, whoever was doing the fraud was like, hey, I just want to unload this thing, move on.
And probably in this case, that builder may have bought it without title insurance.
No. So he's really up a creek.
Yeah. Unless there was title and it was, fraudulent.
Is there anybody living in the home? Did anybody buy the home?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So now you're not only talking about the builder, you're talking about the homeowner, you're talking about the real lot owner.
Yeah. It affects a lot of people.
He's got a triple net lease though. He should just ride that thing out.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, Jim, is there any final thoughts, anything you want to add before we end today's?
No, I just say, take the risk analysis. It's free. It doesn't, find out where you're at on your property. And again, we see a lot of people looking at it for their parents as well, because ultimately it's their inheritance. And unfortunately, it's the older generation that's getting scammed by this stuff.
Yep.
And so do the risk analysis. It's free. Put the monitoring on. It's free. And then if you feel like you want the protection, again, it's half the cost of what some people are out there charging for the monitoring. You can go, there are some county recorders that will do monitoring for you for free as well. But it's surprising in California that there's a very, very small amount of the counties that are offering free monitoring. So I'd come to our site, sign up, and get free monitoring.
Equity Protect takes 5 minutes, and you have the free monitoring. Again, free. That's one of the reasons why Brent Gove asked me to connect with you and have you on the show, because he just has so much respect for you and all the different products you've created over the years. So thank you for being on the show.
Hey, my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
If you're driving along 80, maybe you've noticed those Made for More Realty billboards that Johnny Jennings has up all over town. That's because he does more. He spends more and works harder than any other team in our area to sell your home. And he wants to work with you if you're looking for someone with integrity, honesty, who's sincere and genuine. Their whole team, they've got more tools and strategies, again, than anyone else in our area. Maybe that's why they have over 1,000 5-star Google reviews, why they were voted #1 team in Roseville for 3 years in a row. That's who we recommend you work with. They're going to get you the most money for your home in the quickest amount of time. And if you're looking to purchase your first home or your third or your fourth home, they can make that happen for you as well. Get you a great deal. What do? Google Johnny Jennings with Made for More Realty and get more for your home.